So, the year 2020 is over, and all the drama basically comes with it. We're slowly basically making way for the start of 2021 here, with January. By this point, we have a new president of the United States here over in North America, and well, I guess the start of the new year is basically just getting underway for the most part. We'll see how it basically goes. At this time, basically, at the core of this video, you'll basically seeing all the Hey on Trade Union basic videos go up, and before that, I also had all these Qatar Invader videos as well. So you see a little bit of the Birth of the Empire stuff I going for you guys. Honestly, I think the Qatar Invaders and to some extent the Hey on Trade Union are gonna be my best videos because I've been continuing to go on here with the Omega Alliance as well as the Coalition Planets, but well, I have to say, I think the first videos were the best, but I'll still try and go for all 6 of the empires and show them off, anyways. Anyhow, let's close this out of the way. Now, I'll note that I said that I was basically recording Star Trek Armada and the last talk video I basically did, and I'll note at this point that I basically have finished a complete series for this this game, and I actually plan to put this series up basically next, so to speak. Basically 2 days from now on Saturday. I'll note by the way I've been filming with my headset, so you'll basically see this a lot of this series. You'll see my voice basically being adjusted constantly, but basically give me some feedback based on what you think was the best voice and what settings basically work best for my mic. When do I sound the best? When do I don't? When you basically listen to these videos is the thing. Now I'll note that's probably gonna happen around the raw missions. I basically see my voice basically change. Up to I think the Klingon missions, you'll basically see me using the audio from the Man of War that I basically had before, and then over here is when I switch over to the HyperX, and I basically changed a lot of settings as I went through. So you'll see basically that happen in one mission you'll see me have one voice, and in another mission you'll see me have another. It basically tell you guys a little bit what's going on in advance. I basically have something called an equalizer for my software, and I have something called Pierce Equalizer APO configuration here. I've been using this to basically just my sounds basically sound different, and right now we're seeing a sub one on setup here. But if I want to, for example, I can change over to the bass and high boost here. And this is basically how I now sound with different settings here. I think I went through this a few times with stuff that I basically tried to mess around with, so maybe in some settings it might sound a little better, maybe in some I might not. You'll have to let me know basically what sounds best or what doesn't sound best. Anyhow, let's just go back to the 7.1 setup over here. And let's continue with this video here. So yeah, I'll note that in the future, basically for February here, you'll be basically getting Star Trek Armada, and note that there's gonna be voice adjustments as I go through. After that, I basically plan to put up the Omega Alliance basically after an explore videos I may put up between then and the Omega Alliance videos. And as I said before, there's 18 videos, and that'll probably take us at least halfway through March, or possibly all the way to the end of March, depending on how many explore videos basically have or other stuff I might be doing. Now, after I basically get this done, I will note that I have some videos for Coalition of Planets over here. I'm not done this series yet, but in between the Birth of the Empire and Birth of the Empire videos over here, I've actually started to do some videos for Mech Command over here, and apparently I got an extra video I want to get rid of, so let's get rid of this right here. So I'll note that Mech Commander is basically a game that I've always wanted to show off, and recently I basically started to do some recordings for it. It takes a little bit of finagling to basically get this recorded, but I'm able basically to show it to you guys, and I'm quite happy about that. So basically this will be in between the Mega Alliance videos and the Coalition of Planet videos. There's basically 3 missions in this game, so expect there's going to be at least 30 videos at least, plus this one at least, because I basically played mission 3 to basically get a certain mech that basically is in here. But yeah, I'll note that there's gonna be a lot of videos on the horizon. You basically have a step of what to expect going forward. I figure you guys might want that, like that and all that stuff. I'll note as well, by the way, there's gonna be some changes basically with my workplace, by the way, going forward. And right now I want to note that I'm basically working on an evening shift, but this can be changed basically like, with how I work, and possibly I may be going to like the morning shift. And if I go to the morning shift, you might see me do a whole lot more recordings with Cornish Night in the future, so expect maybe more of those like coming, forthwith, so to speak. I'll have more details on that when we basically get around to it. Like, I'm basically planning to like, put at least like all like the Star Trek and Marvel videos basically out before like, we get into any of that. But yeah, basically toward like, the start of March, perhaps we might see like, some videos of Cornish Night. So just to keep that in mind, that's stuff that may happen in the future. We may like jump into Streets of Rose again. If like True and More episodes like they're like, cooperative play like available, we might do that as well. Anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this quick video and the videos that are coming up, and take care.